The Kenyan government is issuing safety measures to help manage the impending El-Nino crisis there. The weather condition is expected to bring heavy rains, flooding and massive destruction of property from this month already. The multi-agency communications team has been established to coordinate and disseminate information regarding El-Nino rains. Well, the Kenyan Weather Service said the long rainy season, which starts in October, is likely to coincide with the onset of the short rains, which start next month. Now, the prospect of a record-breaking El Nino is worrying since the 1997 weather phenomenon killed many people and left hundreds more homeless. El Nino conditions have been evolving in equatorial Pacific Ocean since May. The East African nation has been witnessing huge weather swings in recent times. The long rains in April this year became unprecedented, leading to massive destruction, death and an exposure of weak storm drainage systems across towns and cities. Well, for more on that story, we're now joined on the line by our correspondent, that's Sarah Kimani. She chats to us now from Nairobi. Good afternoon, Sarah. Always a pleasure to have you on the News Today desk.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me.
Sarah, how are ordinary Kenyans digesting the news of El Nino?
Well, most of them are quite worried, and a lot of them have refused to heed to calls by the government to move to higher ground for those who are in areas that have been described as prone to landslides and flooding. And so yesterday, the Kenya Red Cross Society once again issued a warning saying that those people who are in most of the highland areas are prone to landslides, mudslides, should actually move. But most of them are saying they have no places to move. So what the Kenyan government has done is that it has allocated money close to $500 million, which they say they'll be using to cope with the effects of El Nino over time.
Evacuation, of course, Sarah, but leaving your home and belongings, always a very emotive issue. How willing or how cooperative are residents at this point?
Well, in areas that have been affected by flooding before, especially in western Kenya, most of them are freely moving. But in other areas where they have not witnessed severe mudslides or landslides, they are not very concerned and they have not been cooperating with the government. However, the government now is saying that it may forcefully move people, but it says that the weather forecast and weathermen also a warning coming also from the U.S. saying that by mid this week, then the El Nino rains will be beginning. If you walk around the city of Nairobi, for example, estates that have been prone to flooding, we have seen the Nairobi County government blocking the sewerage system and blocking the drainages, because previous rains, even when it's not El Nino, have seen the country or the city flooding and vehicles and traffic coming to a standstill and people getting stuck overnight in traffic.
We understand that government has embarked on a massive communication drive. How effective has it been in successfully getting the message across to people on the ground at this point? Time is of the essence here, one can imagine.
Well, unfortunately, it seems like it has come too late because although we knew from around mid this year that there was going to be expected El Nino rains, the announcements and the press releases that the government, the communication has only come a month to when the rains are expected to start. And so a lot of people are fearing, saying they have not had enough time to move. Disaster preparedness also coming into question because Kenya has not been very good at disaster preparedness. The Deputy President, William Ruto, who is handling the issue and who announced the allocation of $500 million, saying this time Kenya is well prepared to handle it.
Sarah Kimani on the line to us from Nairobi. Thank you for your time on the News Today desk.